Good morning. We're going to return to the book of Galatians. We're going to continue through chapter 2. Let's pick up in verse 19. It says, "For through the law I died to the law, so that I might live to God." It's still Paul talking to the church of Galatia here. And just a reminder, the church of Galatia, they've adopted different practices that aren't in the Bible. They're doing different religious practices or cultural things that just don't align with what Scripture says. So Paul's encouraging them, but he's going a step further than that too. Not necessarily just addressing those that have adopted new practices, but maybe those that haven't really committed wholeheartedly. To give an example of how committed Paul felt to the church, he uses the analogy of life and death. He says that he's died to the law, talking about not even caring about what his life might be or what he's doing. He's put his life, his concerns to death so that he could live to God. And what he means by that is so that his life could be a reflection of Christ's love, of Christ to the world, to whoever he encounters, to the people he writes to. He doesn't, when he writes a letter, when he wrote a book, he doesn't want people to say, "Man, how cool is Paul?" or "Look how good Paul was." What he wants to see, what he wants other people to see when they read this or when they see him, he wants other people to see, "Wow, how good is God? How great is God? Can you believe God did that?" Which I think you and I should have the exact same motive. If we're teaching or if we're sharing love or if we're sharing the gospel to someone else, we shouldn't be hoping, "Man, look how good he can teach," or "Man, look how brave he is for doing that." It should be, "Man, look how awesome God is." Always should be how awesome God is. So we're going to go back to our analogy that Paul died to the law so that he could live to God, put his old self away, put his old desires away, so that his obedience to God would be a reflection of God in his life. People would see God through him. I encourage you today to try to assess what part of you can you kill off so that the living portion can reflect and honor God. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.